What's going on, people? It's Mr. Dog back again with the Forest Talk Show. I wanted to rest today, but as you know, on Twitter, transfer gossip has been absolutely mental. So I thought, you know what, let me do a show, let me get the panel in, and blah, de blah, and talk about what's been happening today. If you are new to the channel, please do hit the like button. Subscribe if you're new. I'm trying to get to 11K. I think I'm 85 away from 11K. So please do hit the subscribe button. And comment below, people. What players are you interested in that Forest has been linked with today? We've been linked with so many players today. So this is why I've got the panel in. Right, before we get the comments, introduce everyone. I think everyone knows everyone is. Who's a good looking one out of these two? Let me start with Dylan, because I know him longer. So down below, Dylan, how you doing, Dylan?
Yeah, I'm good. I just thought I'd have to do that again.
See how nice I am, Dylan? I thought you've been a good looking one.
Well, I won't go that far, but thanks, mate.
No worries. Next up, we've got some other dude. He was on the show. He done my last show about transfer gossip. His name is Mr. Jamie Martin. How you feeling today, Jay?
Yeah, I'm just here to take your insults for the next hour. So pleasure to be here.
I think you take it as a compliment, mate.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll see how.
Yeah, if he's not insulting you, that means you don't really like you. So,
well, dude, you didn't have to bring that bit in, but thanks for telling Jamie that. People in the comments, let's in the comments, people, who do you think is better looking at, Dylan or Jay? Who do you think the better looking? Don't include me. It's like Dylan or Jay. Right, let's go through the comments before we do start the show. This is from long haired Yeti, 179, big up door and chat. This is from Kel. Evening, Jay. Hope you really go. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, people. Please share this as well if you can. It'd be massive help. I'm talking about Nottingham Forest and all the gossip as well. And this is Kieran. Okay, who's late time? Tuto, I hope you will. My teacher, Dylan. No one was late this time. Everyone was early for a change. Just me.
We're just doing that.
Just doing chat. Hello, Mr. Scott. I'm Rad. How you doing, Hadi? My friend. Hadi, I need to get you on, Hadi. I need to get you on. As well, I've seen that comment from Kel. And this from Nick. Evening, Noel. How are you doing, Nick? And if you want to be a member as well, people, all you do is the $sign to be a member to the channel. It helps me support my get everything out there as well with my vlogs and traveling and that. So please help me out. How you doing, Rockaway, Door and Coast? Simple, the best YouTube channel. Thank you for that. Thank you. I take that as well. If it wasn't for people that work here and support me as well, like Jay and Des as well. Don't forget, people, Des is doing his dialing with Des tomorrow. So if you do want to come on, please do. This is from Eve. Good evening, Door, Jay and Dylan. I hope you're well. I'm just starting hard drawing. I'm nervous at drawing. No, Eve, you're never nervous. Keep doing what you're doing, Eve. And this is from Space. Evening, chaps, as well. This from Brenda. I think Lingard's going then if John Shelvey comes in. We'll talk about that later on in the show as well. And as well, there's loads of comments coming through. Right, boys, who should start with first? Who should start with first?
Go with the young one. Go with the young one.
Right. Okay. No, we'll start with Jonjo Shelvey. This one's come out of the blue. People in the comments, right? What do you think about this signing? Jonjo Shelvey from Newcastle, out the blue. Let me get Jay's opinion about this, and we'll get Dylan, and then we'll get people in the comments as well. So people get involved. We'll talk about one by one. There's loads of signings that come in, and we finish at 9 o'clock, people. So we do want to try and get things out of the way. Right, Jay, Jonjo Shelvey, what's your opinion on him?
I think he's an experienced Premier League midfielder that would certainly offer something to Forest this season and for the foreseeable amount of time that he'd be in his contract. Obviously, we know that he wants more game time. He wants to play at the club and, as I say, just get that game time, help a team out where he can't really do that at Newcastle at the moment. And you can see why he's never going to get into a Newcastle side at the moment. There is obviously that, people say he's got a red card in him. We all said it about Aurier at the start, and he's yet to get a red card in a Forest shirt yet. So I'm not going to say anything to do with that. Fitness might be a concern. I know that in recent kind of seasons, he's not been fit 100% of the time. Obviously, I don't expect him to be, but he's been a bit kind of, I don't know, not prone. He's not been prone, but He hasn't had the greatest injury record in the last couple of seasons. But that being said, I actually think that it's not a bad signing. It brings that much needed experience. A lot of people wrote off Kouyaté before he even signed, 32, 33 years old, and he added something that we now really miss. And perhaps Shelvey's going to come and replace in some form. So, yeah, I think it's a solid signing. Maybe nothing in terms of like a long-term kind of signing, but something good for now. Contract's up in the summer, so probably get him on a good cheap deal.
What about you, Dylan?
Yeah, same as Jay. Good experience, obviously. I don't know too much about him. Only seen him what I've seen, probably everyone else. But yeah, it's a weird one though. It's just literally just come out of the blue. We just sat there, and then the next minute it's like, hey, what's going? No, Forrester thinking about it, or this could be happening. It's going to happen. It's like, what? Do you know what I mean? Because we've all over the last couple of days we've been on about a certain other player from Newcastle. You know what I mean? I don't know. I forgot. Whatever, isn't it?
Maximin. Yep.
Summer, but yeah, do you know what I mean? So it was that one fed to us just to take us off the scent of this one to come under the carpet. But yeah, do you know what I mean? It's another midfielder in. Do you know what I mean? Now this is the transfer window. This is the transfer window. We need to strengthen the squad, basically get everything in now, because this is the last time. Because the next transfer window fate will be decided, and basically we'll be either strengthening for the Premier League next season or something different. So this has to be now a good couple of days and good recruitment.
I was looking for the comments as well. Like I said, for me, it came out the blue. But I get it. I do get it. At the same time, with Konaté injured, we don't know about Ryan Yates as well, and that position we need strengthening as well. So this was Nick. Shelvey has a good passing foot on him. That's 100%. This one, Ricky. Shelvey and Yates together midfield will be back the opposition midfield to pieces. It would, to be fair, we all know that Mr. Shelvey has got he loves his tackling as well. So that's a bit of a crazy one. Any more for Shelvey? People get comments in. What's your opinion on him? Because the thing is, like last year, if we sign him right, who's going to come out of it? Because we've got like Konaté injured as well. Don't know about Yatesy. Where's he going to play, Jay? And people in the comments, get involved. Where do you think he'll play? So, Jay,
I mean, Lewis O'Brien's coming out of the squad anyway, so it would make sense. Obviously, they're going to have to replace that midfielder. I know that Sheffield United are looking at Lewis O'Brien as well as West Brom, but I can imagine that West Brom would be his first choice, given it's Carlos Corberán as the manager for that reunion. So, I mean, yeah, I'm not saying he's going to replace Lewis O'Brien because I don't think he's going to be jumping on the bench. But that being said, the Yates situation remains unclear. Wasn't included in the squad in the last game, and I can imagine there'll probably be updates coming in due course on him. But with him not being in the squad, it probably says might be the case for a week or so more. So in that midfield, 100%, as people have said, great passing ability. Something that we need. And Lewis O'Brien, for me, just needs to get his confidence back because I thought he was Premier League standard at the start of the season. But there's obviously been a bit of a knock. So something's happened in his personal life. And I think going under his old manager as well in a team that's doing really well like West Brom would just be the perfect kind of match for Lewis O'Brien. So that's who'd be coming out of the squad for Shelvey.
What about you, Dill?
Yeah. Exactly what Jay's just said. I thought, well, if the rumours are true and O'Brien's on his way, then obviously he's going to be making way for him. But like you say, it's all right us being linked with all these players, but like we've raised the question of who will they replace because we have a 25-man squad. Do you know what I mean? So it's all right. You can't go out and buy another 10 players. They've got to replace someone. Do you know what I mean? So like you say, Shelvey probably replaces O'Brien on the 25-man list. Do you know what I mean? So it'll be very interesting now to see where they're going to go with everyone else. But you know what I mean, the positions they're going to get, who's going to go and who's going to come in, and do you know what I mean. So I think personally, on a different thing, if we hear of people going out, that's who we're going to expect position wise to come in. Do you get what I mean?
I've done a poll of Jonjo Shelvey, and said there's 61 says yes, and 39 says no about him coming to Forest. And me personally, experienced midfielder, as Jay has said, people act like Konaté, no one wanted him because of his age, but now we miss him. So we don't know. Like I said, I think we need it. If we want to stay out the bottom three, we need somebody. We need an experienced player that can help out players like we've got like Yatesy, Mangala, Ruben Fowler, Danialo, Scarpa. We need someone that who knows the Premier League inside out. So me personally, I think he'll be a fantastic signing for us. Jay, you was talking about and there's another player. Let's talk about midfield roles before we do talk about other positions. O'Brien, and for me personally, right, and people are getting comments to get involved. O'Brien, he started good for Forest, but since the Leicester game, it's been downhill, and that's my personal opinion, people. And I thought it was a great signing. I think, like I said, he did well for Huddersfield last season, and he's one of the players that can do something out of nothing, but it just hasn't got. He's not giving that extra spark we need. And people comments, "Well, are you happy that he's going? Yes or no?" Jay, what do you think?
I wouldn't say I'm happy that he's going, because I think I would have liked to have seen him get something at Forest. I would have liked to have seen him have more involvement this season rather than be a fourth, fifth, even sixth choice midfielder. It does make me sad because obviously Lewis O'Brien is 23, 24. You know, he's a prospect, while also delivering quite well early into the Premier League campaign, as you said. So I think I am sad that he's going to be going, but at the same time, just like Harry Toffolo to Anderlecht, I think that it's just the game time that they need. And, you know, regardless of where we are, whatever league I think will be in the Premier League, Lewis O'Brien will have involvement next season for me when he comes back. And if not, there is that opportunity at West Brom. Who knows what league they could be in next season. So there's all sorts of speculation around O'Brien. Oh, he's fell out with Morgan Gibbs-White. He's fell out with this person. He's fell out with this person. I genuinely believe there's just something that's just gone on in his personal life. He's probably struggling with his confidence. It's a whole new team to him, whole new division. And in his heart just isn't in the right place at the moment. And maybe just going back with his old boss and kind of getting him motivated again is what he needs. And Cooper probably knows that. That's why he'll be specifically wanting him to go to West Brom. It isn't just by chance. So I can't see Sheffield United even getting close to getting him. But it's what he needs. So I'm happy for him in that regard, but also sad that he hasn't had that that kind of confidence to go further in the season when we needed him. But just wish him all the best.
What you did like the Leicester game, I think he was awful. Like I thought he was. Well, I know there's a few Forest fans on social media saying we need him as a backup person, but he needs game time, and if he's not going to get game time at Forest, then like I said, I think he's been linked. Is it West Brom? He's been linked with. I think he has. I think it's a good choice for Forest, or you would have kept him.
I have a mindset of at the minute is I like O'Brien. When he first signed for the club, I was a bit, I don't know if like a few of you scratching your head going, hold on, we're in the Premier League here. Why are we signing championship players? Do you know what I mean? But then he started the season, we saw him, he was good. But in my eyes, he was good. It was like the Mangala situation. He was awesome. But Forest were not very good, the rest of them. Do you know what I mean? And then after the Leicester game, everybody was awful. And then after that Leicester game, things picked up. Do you know what I mean? So everyone kind of stepped up further and the levels went higher. So maybe that's why we're not looking at him going, what's happened to him? Do you know what I mean? Because everyone's picked up that's because obviously Cooper getting a new contract probably helped us out, helped the players out, give them more confident, more boost. He's staying, let's crack on. With O'Brien, I like him. I think he's good. He's a good player. Do you know what I mean? He needs to go and play someone, because if he's down the, like Jay said, if he's down the pecking order at 5th, 6th choice, he's the type of player. He's probably banging on Cooper's door, going, "Look, Gaffer, if I'm not going to be playing every week or anything, can I just go and get some football? Do you know what I mean? I'm here. Do you know what I mean? They're not selling him. They're going to just loan him out. So this time next year, come the summer, he'll be coming back to the club. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, yes, he's done well for us, but at the minute, the way I'm looking at things is now is where we've got to look at sentimental on players and everything has to be chucked out the window. Survival has to happen. So if that's bringing in X, Y, and Z to get rid of A, B, and C at this moment in time to get us survive us and keep us up that league, then that's what's going to happen.
I was going to go through comments and as well. There's a big topic about Brian, and this is from Nick. Brian started well, got into recovery, then had the illness that put him back into sub appearances. Recently were good. And this is from Paul. How you doing, Paul? I thought O'Brien was going to be the best signing, but since he was out of the illness, he's not been the same. Hopefully, he can come back from loan refreshed. Maybe that, because you never know. Like if Forest do get relegated, and I don't think we will.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
I do apologise, Dylan. I apologise. But I'm just saying it hypothetically. I'm just saying if Forest get relegated, we can use him for a championship player because he knows inside out. Because like he did with Huddersfield. Let's talk about before we do split on. Let's talk about Toffolo as well. Everyone knows Toffolo is going to Anderlecht. I don't know why I said Anderlecht because I hate him. The older generation will know. Jade can be the face like he. Jade. Do you know why?
It'll be some Champions League thing, I'm sure.
See, these young generations don't understand. People in the comments, feel free to explain why us Forest fans dislike Anderlecht. Because I think he's I'm not going to call him. He's a good lad, Jamie. I don't call him deluded, but he is a good lad. But before that, let's roll. The Toffolo one, I get it. And I personally thought he started well for Forest. And when what was the name? Loddy. He was shocking against Leicester. Toffolo come in. He was all right for Forest, and then again dropped to the bench. I'm gonna ask you, Dylan. Do you feel sorry for Toffolo, or do you think he needs game time as well?
Same again. Game time. Loddy stepped up to the plate. Do you know what I mean?
100%.
It's you know what I mean. He didn't start off well, but you kind of knew he played. Who was his club? Atletico Madrid. You don't play. I'm not sorry, but you don't play for them and become crap overnight. Do you know what I mean? It just takes a bit of time to get back into the rhythm. So we knew something was going to come good. Just question the fact of you got him, you got Loddy in at the left back, then we automatically thought of Toffolo. So is that saying Richards is ready? Is someone else going to come in? Do you know what I mean? So because if you're going to let Toffolo go, who's the backup? Do you know what I mean? Are you going to use Colback as the cap? Do you know what I mean? Colback as the backup. Do you know what I mean? So there's got to be there's some around that. If you look into it a bit more and think, well, is Richards ready or is he not? He's got played in the press. Do you know what I mean? So that one, but do you know what I mean? Same again. He needs game time. He could be another one banging on the door, going, look, I want games. Please just send me out.
Because what do you think? Like, I see loads of comments, and Jamie, I think this is for you. If I don't know, like I said, these young generations. If no one knows who Anderlecht are, Anderlecht bribed the ref in the UEFA Cup. UEFA Cup, it wasn't UEFA Cup, was it? European Cup semi-final against Forest in 84-85. It wasn't UEFA Cup, was it? No, I don't think it was. Justin, I think O'Brien has been given more chances than Toffolo. I don't. Really? I don't think Justin has.
Yeah.
Do you think?
I think so, yeah.
I thought Toffolo had more chances than him, if I'm honest. But and as well, and the Toffolo deal, like if we didn't, we wouldn't have got O'Brien if we didn't get Toffolo. Remember, Toffolo was a bit before we do sign him. He didn't want to join Forest, did he? If I do remember, but I might be wrong. People in the comments, am I wrong? I don't know. As well, Jamie, regarding referee cheating and the dodgy Anderlecht officials as well. It's from Spurs. Glenn got it right. Some players have stepped up and others haven't. So no room for sentimental. 100%. 100%. This is from long hair Harry. Toffolo was okay at some games. He was, but I feel sorry for him. If I'm honest, I think he did play some good times for us as well. But how are you doing, Glenn? Evening, lads. And everyone. April 1984. Yeah, was UEFA Cup? Was it UEFA Cup? I thought it was Champions League. Well, in our time. Won the UEFA Cup now from Raz. Dad's how you doing, Raz? Dad's Patrick ref retired and said he took a bug from them. We had goal ruled out and should have got something from that game. Do you understand that, Jay?
Got it. I'll never speak about Anderlecht again now. That's it.
This is why when I first saw it on social media about Anderlecht, I went, "Oh God, the team that cheated." Marinakis, don't you know they cheated us out of it? Send to someone else, not them. If we do sell him, I hope we get that 20 million, 30 million for him. We want some money from him. People, there's 134 people in. If you can do a massive favor for me, please do hit the like button. If you can, I'm on 26 likes. Why am I on 26 likes? People, get it to 100 likes. People, get the likes in. And then make sure you as well subscribe to the channel. And as well, please do a massive favor for these two as well, Dylan and Jay. Make sure you follow their Twitter accounts. Dylan's Twitter account. Dylan does before the games. He does. Tell him what you do, Dylan, so they can follow you on Twitter.
Oh, it's just something I do every game. Just a match day tweet. Just put it out. Ask for people's predictions and scores, and just a retweet and a like. That's all. Just a bit of harmless fun. It's just I don't have much time with work life, family life, and that. Do you know what I mean? So it's just some little bit I do. So if anyone can just get on the bandwagon and comment, like, and share and all that. Thanks.
People as well, like I say, it's linked in the description, and this Muppet over here, Jay, like he's got a YouTube channel as well. Make sure everyone subscribe to Jay. His link is in my description as well. So people, if you can. And Jay's got something important that's soon coming up, haven't you, Jay?
Do I?
Yes, you put it on social. You with. Come on, you can talk about it.
Yeah, okay.
With the Godfather, is it the Godfather of commentary?
The Godfather of commentary.
The Godfather, and yeah, I interviewed Darren Fletcher earlier this week, which was nice and fun. We've got a lot of great talking points. Darren was not quite in tears, but he was edging towards it. I saw the tears in his eyes talking about Brian Clough. I didn't realise how close they were, and I definitely didn't realise a lot of things about Brian Clough. So you're going to learn perhaps a few new things about Brian Clough, Darren Fletcher's perspective of him, Forest, and just kind of his career as well. So a bit more behind him. Talks so well about football and definitely about Forest. So really interesting listen coming soon.
So people, make sure everyone go and subscribe to Jay as well, because that's going to be great. And as well, there's going to be some special things coming on my social media as well. Me interviewing some ex-Forest players, and that will be out soon as well, people. So watch out for that. And as well, please hit the subscribe button as well, people, if you can. I'm almost at 11k, so I think I'm 85 away. So please do hit the subscribe button. Right, another Forest player, and this is another one, ex-Nottingham Forest striker. And look at Dylan again, jolly about it. People in the chat as well might get excited. People might think, "Oh, why are we buying an ex-Forest player?" But Michail Antonio, West Ham player, we've been linked with him today. People in the comments, how are you feeling about this one? I'll get my opinion when I get Dylan and Jay's. Let me start with you, Dylan. Michail Antonio, I know you're happy about it, but explain more why you're happy.
Because of what do you know what I mean? You're always going to love Michail Antonio for what he did previously. Yes, you don't really want to go. They sometimes say it's a bit bad to go back to old players, but the last old player that we really had that really did something was Andy Reid when he came back. Do you know what I mean? He did an all right job. Anyway, on that note, we need goals. We need goals. We need a goal scorer. I think.
What about Chris Wood come there?
Look at his squad. No, but if you look at it this way, right? Chris Wood is big. Oh, I should know. I met him last week. Do you know what I mean?
There we go.
No. But anyway,
best mates now.
No, not best. I won't go that far, mate.
Besties.
Yeah. No. And what was it? I think him. I think they could. The target man they are, but you need someone with a bit of speed and a bit of, do you know what I mean, tricky. Look what he's done for West Ham over the years. Yes, he's 32 years old, but do you know what I mean? I think getting him in, if possibly, if we could, do you know what I mean? With the forward, with the other attacking forwards, we've got Jono, Gibbs White. Do you know what I mean? We've got Scarpa. Do you know what I mean? Scarpa and Danilo and people like that. They're not afraid to turn around and look at the opposite goal and go forward with the ball. So, and to have a player like him there, just to give defenders a bit of hassle. You remember when we played West Ham, and everyone was like, Antonio's going to be the one. He's going to be tricky. He's going to be, but he never did really much.
No, Nakate played well that game. Really dealt with him that game. Yeah.
But we know exactly what he can do if he's given the time and the space or the chances. So for me, it's only a good thing. Plus, we've been crying out for a goal scorer. Do you know what I mean? But we need goals. We need to get goals. This is the big problem. We're making chances. We're just not putting the ball in the back of the net. So if you sign into a 2-year deal, do you know what I mean? No skin off our nose, is it really? And plus, if you're trying to look for a goal scorer in this window at the minute, unless you're going to spend 30, 40 million on a decent goal scorer, do you know what I mean? So I say yes.
Okay. Jay, what do you think?
I kind of agree. I do think that he does provide that strength. Obviously, when it's not against Niakate, that is, he's going to have some nightmares going to training and seeing him training again. But no, I think Antonio is a good player. You know, he's done a lot for West Ham, and he's got a good foot on him and good shot. He's good all round, I'd say. But problem is, as people are saying in the chat as well, there's a lot of problems with injuries. I don't think we need a 32, 33-year-old that is having these problems with injuries. So I don't really know if it would make sense to bring him back. I know he's going to be wanting good wages, like pretty big wages as well. And our wage budget is probably being pushed to its limits already. So I'm not really that interested, to be completely honest. I know there's all the kind of I know there's probably a bit of sentimentality behind people's reasoning for wanting him back. I think that Dylan, I think you mentioned great points about his technical ability. But for a lot of people, I don't think they're looking at his recent form and the injury problems. I think they're more going, he's done good for Forest in the past. Well, let's bring him back. But you've got to remember, we're under a new manager. We're in a completely new division, and football has changed so much since he was last at Forest as a game. So I don't think it's necessary, but it's just open to interpretation at the end of the day. But for me, I'm not that interested.
Okay, so Dylan said yes, Jay says no. I'm going to say...
Remember who you've known longer.
Okay.
I trust Dylan more.
Before I get my opinion, I'm going to poll people, turning out Forest, yes or no. So far, 30% says yes, 70% says no. That's 31 people. So there's 129 people. Please go and vote. Who do you think? Do you want Antonio back up Forest? Yes or no? I don't know. I don't know. We've got Chris Wood. I think that he's our main player as that role. Antonio, I think he's more of a bully than Chris Wood.
Well, you need that.
But I'm just saying. I'm trying to. This is what I'm trying to. But if we sign Antonio, does that mean Mr. Big Sam could leave as well, because he could play in that role as well? So that could be for him leaving. I don't know. I'm like Jay. He was a fan's favourite when he had that amazing striker partnership with Britt, if people will know. But I saw in the comments he was injury prone at West Ham. He wasn't getting game time, and I don't know. I don't want injuries, because like I said, we've got so many injuries now. Do I want another injury at Forest? The problem is, if Forest sign a player, I back him 100%. But at this moment in time, I'm saying no. It might, if it happens, it happens. It don't. But right now, I don't think. I don't know. Right at this point, no. Well, things could change. I might say yes tomorrow. I don't know. That's another show that we could talk about as well.
If Cooper wants him, then I'm happy with that.
If
by
Cooper
the way.
wants,
Forget my opinion if he wants him.
Yeah, if Cooper wants him,
It's good enough for me.
Go on, Dale.
But another thing, like we've been talking about, if he comes, I'm talking about just sentimental with the way I'm talking about it. Do you know what I mean? You two, do you know what I mean? Bit more football knowledge than me. Do you know what I mean? You have. No, you have. Come on. But but that's my personal opinion. But who does he replace? What name comes off the 20-man squad?
That's what and that's my point, Dylan.
But this is what I mean. Yes, I'm just saying it for Antonio, let's come back. Do you know what I mean? See what we can do. We need, do you know what I mean? But like you boys have said, do you know what I mean? Who's he going to? If he comes in, that's fine. Chris Wood. You've got Chris Wood. You'd have Antonio. So obviously, who's he going to replace?
And we got Surridge as well. Yeah, and Surridge.
And that's what I'm trying to say. We got Big Sam. I say Big Sam.
Surridge is doing great. I mean, let's look at that Manchester United game. Okay, going forward, you had Forest, and as I said on the comms on the night, I said Forest are going to have barely any possession in this first and second half. But if they can use that possession wisely and get into that counter attack and put United on the back foot, then it's going to work in their advantage. I mean, you look at them; they were at some points 3v2, 3v1, making it difficult for Martinez, and they saw Lindelof was the weaker link, and Surridge is. I mean, for me, it was a goal, wasn't an offside for me, but the finish from Surridge there was perfect against arguably one of the best goalkeepers in the world. So I don't see why people are jumping the gun again and forgetting Surridge. He's coming into his confidence. He's getting into the Premier League standard. And for me, why invest in Michail Antonio when you've got Sam Surridge there? He's younger, probably quicker at this point, and less, and he's got less prone to injury. You know, why would you want somebody over that with less wage fee as well? Just doesn't make sense to have him for me.
People in the comments, what do you think? Do you agree with what Jay's saying? I get what Jay's saying. Like I said, the Big Sam, the finish he did against the Gaheo, but that's what I like about him, because his first touch against shooting, this is what Forest fans like about him. Like, he was offside, but I think Antonio, right? Forest fans, let's look like the time we had. It was a long time ago. It was under Stuart Pearce, wasn't it? Under Stuart Pearce,
yeah,
I think it was. But
if you remember they sold Carl Darlow and Jamel Lascelles to Newcastle, and I remember that night Pearcey coming on the radio going, "What is he doing? Da, 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 da. Can't believe the owner's done that." And then on the next night, I had to come back on the radio because he'd signed British Malonga, Michail Antonio, and basically go, "Oh yeah, now I can see why he did it." Get the money for them.
Yeah, don't talk about the guy who brought him, the owner. We want to talk about this. That's banned. That's banned from this show. People, there's 144 in. If you can do a massive favor for me, hit the like button, please. I'm on 50 likes. Get me number 50 if you can. And there's 58 votes for Antonio. 33 says yes. 67 says no. Okay, that's
looks like I'm losing.
That's
why I'm not a betting man.
Dore has that sway on listeners, though, Dylan. You know what I mean? It's just what he does.
I don't know. I'm just iffy about it. But like I said, if Cooper wants him, I back him.
Where's the story come from? The Mirror.
The Mirror. Yeah.
Enough said.
Enough said.
Exactly.
Right.
I'll get back in my box and shut up.
Right. So we're going through the comments as well. Let's go this one, Darren Price. How you doing, Darren?
Can I just say something about this, Dore?
What?
I'm sorry, but if we're going to go off one bad game for every Forest player, and it's not even in the league, by the way, we would not have the starting 11 that we have. Dean Henderson's had bad games. The whole defence has had bad games. Renan Lodi wouldn't even be at Forest. He would have been sent back to Atletico. I just don't see the train of thought with this one. He had a bad game, but look since then.
100%. As well. This is from James. Dennis Antonio might be thinking, no.
That is a good point.
Yeah, but Dennis played more as a left winger.
Yeah, but he still replaces him.
I get it, but do you think Dennis will go? There's been no. I know we've got 2 days to go. Anything could happen. This is why on Tuesday, Jay's doing a transfer window special on Tuesday.
I thought that's the big news you were on about earlier. That's what I was going to talk about, but I didn't want to spoil it.
No, he's doing the show on Tuesday, people. So if you make sure you join. And what time does it start, Jay?
It will start at 7 p.m. 7 p.m.
Till when?
Till the end of the deadline.
So are you
I'm available if you want me to come on. I'll be watching it.
What it is that are you gonna have your yellow tie?
I'm going in a suit, mate. I'm going suited and booted, Door. I'm telling you.
So make sure everyone watches that, please. Jay,
you're going to do it live at the City Ground or the training ground or at home?
I can't reveal.
One location.
So people go and watch that. Like I said, it's 7:30 as well. I think I need to confirm with Des tomorrow. Des will do his usual show. He's dialing and Des phone in. So please, like I said, if you do want to come on the show tomorrow at 8 o'clock, he might be starting. Please message me or Des. So I need to get confirmation from Des because I know Des has been busy today. He's been doing his part run in London. He did it with Glenn. So if you do, people, make sure come in. Right, another player, and we should start with centre backs now. We've been linked with two. Is it two today? Two centre backs.
I've seen one, Felipe,
and who's the
Felipe
one?
and Jonathan Tah from
Leverkusen. By Leverkusen. You not seen that, Dylan?
No, I've not seen that one.
Put notifications on for me on Twitter, Dylan. Trust me,
yeah,
I don't regret it.
You know what? My Twitter account. You know where I get my news feeds. For some reason, there's two things come up at the top says follow me
you and
then follow. And I was going the other day. And I couldn't find none of the transfer stuff or the stuff. And I'm going, where's it all going? And I'm trying to. I don't know what's going on.
So we're going to start with. Like we've been linked with two centre-backs, Felipe and Jonathan Tah. Let me ask you, Jay, to keep Dylan in the loop. Jonathan Tah, he's 26, and he's a fantastic defender.
Yeah.
Felipe, he's from Atletico Madrid. He's 34. And people I'll do a poll in a minute, people. Who would you prefer, Jonathan Tah or Felipe? I'll do a poll in a minute.
That's obvious, Door.
No. We'll do a poll. I want to do a poll. People in the comments, who would you prefer?
You know, before you get the results of this,
yeah,
let people people think as well. If one of these come in, who do they replace?
Yeah, who? Yeah,
yeah, because that's the big name. Do you know what I mean? Because I still believe with Nakati coming back, that's going to be like a new signing as well.
100%.
So just have a think.
Yeah,
well,
people in the comments as well. And this is from Ben. Alan Nixon linked with us retard. Didn't think he'd ever get anything right. Listen to me, Alex is a bellend. He blocked me because of I disagreed with him about that bloke, the Kuwait bloke. I disagreed with something about it, and he blocked me. So I don't care. It is what it is. Well, right. Let me start with you, Jay. Jonathan Tah or Felipe from Atletico Madrid. People in the comments get involved. I'll do a poll in a minute as well. Go ahead, Jay.
Jonathan Tah, for me, if that's the defender that we're looking for, someone that is going to be a long-term, he's 25, 26, he's a long-term signing. You'd be investing a lot in him, 20, 30 million, probably, I would think 30 million, probably at the right amount, near on there. I think it's incredibly unrealistic, probably agent talk. So Jonathan Tah would be my choice just because he's younger and he's got a good experience. But overall, I think Felipe's a good signing. He's Brazilian, important to note it as well. We could have a South American in every aspect of the pitch if Keylor Navas and Felipe sign. So, I mean, yeah, there's obviously that Brazilian connection, which we all know is important. And he has that experience. But Jonathan Tah, without a doubt for me.
Dylan?
I don't know either one of them, so I can't really comment on them.
Which name sounds better, Dylan?
Which
Do you know
game
what?
sounds better, Dylan?
Tar to me because he can stick to anyone. You know what I mean?
Oh,
But
God's sake. Oh, no.
you asked, man. You asked
I didn't sign up for this, Door. I didn't sign up for this.
I told you.
Oh.
No, yeah, do you know what I mean? Just going off what you've said about the age difference is like obviously the age is more. Do you know what I mean? The younger, the better. Not the better, but for the future. Do you know what I mean? If you're going to spend that kind of money, do you know what I mean? But like we say, if whoever Cooper wants or whoever the footballing director and the club wants, we'll trust them. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, but like I said a minute ago, who do they replace?
Exactly. People in the comments, who do you replace? Like I said, there's like I said, we know what's his name now? The players out injured.
Nakate.
Nakate, he's out injured as
Well,
well.
he's going to be like a new player when he comes back.
Exactly.
So he should be back next week. This coming week, he should be back.
I'm going through the comments as well, and this is from Ben. He says Tar as well. Peter says Philippines advanced talks according to Fabrizio Romano. He is, and this is why I think which player would you prefer? Me personally, like Tar, fantastic player, and he's more for the long term. Philippines is more of a short term, if I'm honest.
It's that injection of experience that we need in our first season in the Premier League or the latter half of it. I think it would just make more sense at a much lower cost, to be honest.
And he's Brazilian as well. Another Brazilian.
Yeah.
Bloody hell. As well, Brandon says McKenna. As well, hypothetically, you said, who would if we bring these two centre backs in, which player? Surely our centre back's going to leave Forest.
They're not going to bring both in, are they?
You never know, Dylan. We could bring 5 in. The way Forest are doing stuff, you never know.
What was it? Sorry, just to say, who was it? Darren Fletcher said earlier on in the season, can't remember it, but he mentioned Forest and he said something about Forest spending so much money, so thingy on defenders and centre backs. Do you know what I mean? So obviously, I remember him saying that, but it was to do with the forwards as well. We never looked at a forward, but do you know what I mean? Who is there to replace?
I'm just going to I go through the comments as well. Today we could sign both centre backs. We could do, Darren. I'll tell you, I think we'll get one. I don't think we'll get 2. I think we'll get 1.
Who comes out the 25-man squad? So let's look at it now. Right? Worrell, he ain't coming out because he's Worrell. Do you know what I mean? And him and Bolly together are awesome. Bolly's not coming out. Do you know what I mean? Because he's been playing well when he's been playing. Who else we've got? Cook.
Possibly.
You know could it be possibly Cook? Possibly McKenna.
Well, you're freeing up 2 spaces with Toffolo and O'Brien coming out, aren't you? And then Jordan Smith, if we sign a goalkeeper, Jordan Smith.
Don't forget, who else is left? Maybe so. Was he
Bezos on
yes.
I think, yeah.
No, but you know,
is he under 23?
Was he under 23? People in the comments. I don't know. How old was it? People in the comments. How old?
Question, boys.
Go on.
Do you two know this? Well, probably Jay will know this, or you, Ben. Right. You know, this ruling is if they're under a certain age, and if they're under a certain age, is it they have to be homegrown players? They don't have to be named in the 25 squad, or is it just under a certain age?
Under 23. It's under 23.
Yeah. So Mbeso's 21. So
is it homegrown? Is it homegrown players?
No,
Do they have to be homegrown players?
No, it's just age.
Just age. It's just age. If I do remember. I think this is your question, Felipe Gradi, football director. That's who. To be fair, I think he's the one is making these deals. So I think Watford fans were. They weren't slating him. If I'm honest, I wasn't slating him. I think he was just saying he's done some bad things at Watford that they didn't agree with the player that's bringing in. So
he's done it a lot, by the way. I just want to say, like he's doing the signings you're seeing. Filippo Giraldi's working hard, especially Danilo. Like this guy's doing business for Forest.
100%. I'm going through the comments as well, and this is from Lee. I don't think anything currently at the club has the position nailed down. We should sign one. McCarthy has been out for 6 months. It's going to take time to get fit. We'll be able to throw him straight back in 100%. Lee, 100%. We're able to get him in. Because, like I said, everyone, I saw, like I said, I don't want to throw people on the bus. Quite people saying, "Oh, he's the best defender." When he comes back from injury, get him straight in the team. It doesn't work like that.
He's only played one. What was it? One half of a game.
He's played.
Didn't he come off against West Ham?
He came off against Newcastle, and he came off against West Ham.
Yeah, that was it
as well. So it don't work like that, people. You need to get match fit as well. So it's going to take time. So I fully understand why these we are after these defenders, but I get it. This comes from Ben. I can't wait for TalkSport and obviously fans meltdown when we sign more players. Tony Castorino, that says it all for me. And
he was praising Forest the other day.
I know. Only because shout out to Natalie. What's her name? Jay.
Natalie Jackson.
No, not Natalie Jackson.
The one on TalkSport.
TalkSport.
Oh, Sky Sports.
People in the comments. What's her name? I've got her name.
No, Natalie.
No, Natalie. She's a West Ham fan. Come on, Jay. This is shocking.
Oh, this is me. Natalie Sawyer.
That's it. Natalie Sawyer.
Natalie Sawyer. There you go.
Yeah, that's it. She praised Forest. Because basically, what she's saying, all the aggro that we was getting from buying all these players, why has Chelsea not got nothing? Because Chelsea spent how much has Chelsea spent?
But this is open to interpretation because Forest have actually exposed the same loophole that Chelsea have. The reason that Chelsea have signed Mudryk on an 8.5-year deal is so they can spread the payment out over the 8.5 years. Why do you think we signed Danilo on a 6.5-year deal?
Yeah,
we're paying for him over the 6.5 years. It's not hurting our FFP.
Exactly.
Why do you think we're going for these older players? We're not going to sign someone ridiculous like that. We're doing what Chelsea did.
Exactly. So all these so-called pundits and all these opposite fans moaning about how many players we want. Jay just said one of them about Danilo, 6-year contract. Stop whinging.
Quick one, like that Natalie said, and she said it to that Tony, whatever his name is, said to him, they had to. This is what I can't get through to pundits' heads. They had to buy the players. They had to.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? This is what don't compute with some of the pundits. They're like, oh, they've done all this, but they had to.
100%.
Anyway,
and this is from Kel. Shout out to Kel. Born after 1 p.m. January 2001, counts as under-23s this season. So Danilo, Jono, and Williams don't take place in the register squad due to the age. See, thank you, Kel. So if any people in the comments don't understand the age, that's the reason why they can play for Forest, just not in the registered team. Because I think Jono's 21, isn't it? Jono's 21, Nico's 20, Diallo's how old is Diallo? 21 as well.
Yeah, 21.
21 as well. So that's the reason people as well.
Like Yatesy. What's he now?
22, 23? No, 25.
25. Yates is 25. Worrell's 24. See, these players are old, man. Bloody hell, they're getting old, aren't they? They're
old? Is that all we class as old now, Dore?
No, they are old, aren't they?
They are a dinosaur now.
Listen, carry on, you cheeky sod. People in the comments, if you want to get at Jay, just get at him. Just say the most disrespectful comment. I'm joking. Please don't. Be nice. There's 155 people. If you can do it massive, if you hit the like button, if you can. Right, we've got another 10 minutes till we go. But let's talk about this goalkeeper. Soon incoming. Should be soon. People in the comments, are you happy about it? I know Jay touched on it on the show that he did earlier on. Now I'm here. The boss is here. So Jay taking a back seat as well. Let's talk about Nevas. I said I like it because he's the experienced keeper. He's done it with Real Madrid, PSG, and all that. I like it. People in the comments, are you happy we're going to sign him? Let me start with you, Dylan, before I get Jay. Are you happy with Forest getting Nevas?
Well, if Forest want him, I'm happy. It's another strange one. It's just a strange one to me. Do you know what I mean? Because one minute we're hearing reports that Henderson's back after the Leeds game, and all of a sudden this is happening, and it's the wonderful world of the transfer and Twitter, and do you know what I mean, and all that stuff. But do you know what I mean? Obviously, the summer close because all the reporters are the reporters in the know. You know what I mean?
He's on the bench tonight as well against PSG for PSG.
He's on tonight.
Yeah, he's on the bench.
Well, these reporters that I've just mentioned made me look a bit silly, but have mentioned today that he's here in Nottingham having medicals.
Nope, he's on the bench. He's on the bench tonight for PSG.
Is this another ploy? Is this another agent? Is this another someone trying to push someone somewhere else for everyone to go, oh, look there, but then they go around to do something else?
You never know, people. That's the thing.
I think originally it might have been. I actually think originally the Navas to Forest was agent talk because his agent wanted him to go to Al Nassr where the money was with Ronaldo. Yeah. But then he's rejected Al Nassr and believes he can still play at the highest level. I think he's great. I mean, he's 36. Okay, there's a lot of talk about it. I've already highlighted his wages. He's on about 198,000 a week at PSG, but PSG have offered to pay a majority of the wages. So let's say that majority is 60%. So what we're going to be paying, I don't want to halve it in case I make myself look like an idiot, but it's around the 100 grand a week mark, maybe 90 grand a week. But it could be even less than that what we end up paying. So it's going to be expensive. But at the end of the day, it's a backup option until the summer. Why would you want to invest in Livakovic if you've got that aspiration to buy Dean Henderson in the summer? You know, it makes a lot of sense. He's got so much experience. And even if he's not playing, he brings that experience and that kind of mentality to help other players in the team. He's won however many Champions Leagues, for goodness sake. He's played with some of the best players in the world. Messi and Ronaldo, just to name a couple. He knows his stuff, his experience. He'll bring a lot to Forest.
What do you think, Dylan?
Like Jay says, do you know what I mean? He's confused me, the transfer has, because you don't know where this Henderson deal's going or what's happening with him, and we're not hearing anything. And this, but with you just saying he's on the bench for PSG, that tells me. Do you know what I mean? Like Jay said, was it his agent just sticking it out there, going, I'm going to try and get you over there, and then all of a sudden put Forest's name in the loop, and Forest have gone, oh yeah, that's a good idea, and he's gone, oh, Premier League. Do you know what I mean? Oh, I'm 36. I'm 36 years old. I can go to the Premier League. Do you know what I mean? Or is it? I don't know. It's a bit thing. If he's on the bench for PSG tonight,
he's definitely 100%. He's definitely on the bench for the tonight.
Yeah, and if he's and people in the know are saying that he's supposed to be here for medicals and stuff. Do you know what I mean? I don't know what to believe. One of these ones will wait for the club to confirm.
People, of course, I've done a poll. Navas, yes or no? Me personally, I'm. His experience, I said it. His experience for me, but what about Wayne Hensey? You know what's going to happen to him? And I know we can say about Jordan Smith as well. We know Jordan Smith is not good enough.
But is Navas going to come? If he's going to come, is he going to come as number 2? Don't think so.
No.
Do you know what I mean?
I think so. Do
you reckon?
I think Navas is going to come as number 2, 100%. I don't think that he has I think he has the minerals to be a first team keeper, but at the same time, he hasn't played that first team kind of keeper since maybe pre Donnarumma at PSG, Real Madrid kind of time. I think he would be happy to have maybe 4, 5, 6 games where he is that first team keeper and then be the backup to Dean Henderson, and maybe Hennessy will move back as third choice because Jordan Smith will leave if Navas joins.
Is it good? Is it good footballing? Is it good business? Look at the business side of the club now. Is it good for them to pay 100 grand a week for a keeper to just be sat on the bench?
Oh, well, there's the commercial benefit as well. You've got to remember. I mean, I'm not saying the commercial benefit will anywhere near outweigh the wages that he's, there's going to be huge benefits to this, both on and off the pitch. You've got to think marketing wise, the name Navas at Nottingham Forest will sell shirts. The amount of followers that Forest are going to gain from doing this and then use to do whatever else in the world of football and business will improve. It gives Forest a bigger name. You're signing a player that has won Champions Leagues at Real Madrid. And I know people are still saying that he's on 250k a week. He's not. He's on 198. But PSG are going to be paying the majority of it. So I think commercial benefits, the popularity Forest will get, the kind of media spotlight they'll get, I think it'll outweigh everything, really. It's a big sum to pay, of course it is, with the wages. But at the end of the day, I think it's a worthy investment, and I think he'll do good when we need him to.
100%. I've done a poll, people, if you want Navas at Nottingham Forest, 75% says yes, and 25% says no. People in the comments, what did you say? Did you say yes or no? Thumbs up, thumbs down. Get involved as well. And good for comments as well. This is from Kel. Short-term investment for long-term Premier League survival makes sense. This is from Paul. I think you're right about Nevas, Jamie. Probably thinking earn himself a contract with us in the summer. Maybe, why not? Maybe there's not number two. Maybe there's number two. You never know. Gordon says, I'd rather have Nevas. I think he's on about the Wolves player.
I'd rather have them both, to be honest with you, Gordon. If there's an option, just bring him in.
As well. Sim says, no need for Nevas. Why not? Why not, people? Why not? Why not have him? I think for 6 months, I mean, these 6 months are so crucial because we never know. Henson could get injured again. Why not, people? This is what look at. Just buy 5 keepers. Give TalkSport more to cry about as well. It's never on loan. Yes, I think it's going to be on loan. How many players got on loan? So we've got Loddy, got Chris Ward. Who else got on loan?
Well, if you have
Henderson,
that's 3.
Is it if you put on loan with an obligation
option to buy?
Yeah, you can have a maximum of 4. You can have a maximum of 4 overall. You can have 2 without an obligation to buy, and then as many as you want with an obligation.
So we've got 2. So we've got 2 with Loddy and Wood. Yeah.
Yeah. And then Dean Henderson is the only one without that option because they took it out of the clause, didn't they? Because originally it was meant to get a 20 million buy fee, but.
And this is from Lee Tilson again. Only think about Nevas is yes, he's been a top keeper with won honours, but doesn't always transport in the Premier League. I think Joe sees that QPR, Victor Vars, I thought Nevas looked one of the hills during the World Cups, but personally, he's got a good point, Lee, because if I do remember, these goalkeepers they was at their clubs and both got relegated. If people remember that, the QPR and Misbah got relegated the season they was at that club. If I do remember. Right, is there any more players that we missed out? Any players that we missed out, lads and ladies? In the comments as well. People in the comments.
Yeah, we missed out one big one, Dor.
Who?
Angelo from Santos.
Oh, Angelo, another Brazilian people. 18, I've done research. He's 18 years old. Quite a lot of Santos fans.
How old?
18.
So he'll be on a 9-year contract.
A 9-year
22 year, Dylan. We're doing it proper now.
Yeah. But wait, I saw. Wait.
£1 a week.
But once it can't happen. We pay £1 million on loan, and then we buy him at the end of the season. So we can't do it, can we?
We don't get relegated.
But we can't do it, can we? Though.
Why?
If you look at it, because we've got Loddy and we've got Wood.
Yeah, so we've still got one more space.
Yeah, we have 2. You said 2.
No, you can have 4 overall.
But 2 is from the Premier League.
Only 2 of them can be a loan without an obligation to buy, and you can have up to 4 with an obligation to buy. So you think we've got 3 and then we've got one more space.
Right, okay. Fair enough. My bad. I got it all wrong. I was just talking like a journal like Jay does. But yeah, let's talk about it. I listen, a Santos fan messaged me about it and said he wants to come on the show when we do sign him. And he said he's really good. And I for long term, it could be he would be a good signing. Like I said, we've got players like Scarpa, Danilo, Loddy as well. Jay, what's your opinion? And people in the comments, if you've seen on YouTube that everyone goes on YouTube, so don't lie, because I know you are lying. I know Dylan's. Have you been on YouTube yet, Dylan?
No, not yet. But I even look good on YouTube.
No, you don't.
Playing. That's what I'm on about.
People, he didn't look on YouTube. He's lying.
Is your Birmingham performance on YouTube, Dor?
Right, so as well, people.
Good one, Jay. Good one.
No comment. If people want to see that, it was Birmingham away. We lost 2-1.
You don't want
and
to see it, trust me.
You don't want to see it. Right, let's make this quick. Jay, look, this Angalo, what do you think of him?
Good, fast, good shot, prospectful. I would say he's a player that is definitely a long-term investment. But that being said, there's obviously some intention for him to play some football this season because they're looking at getting him on loan. €1 million loan fee. That's the proposal. And then maybe, I think it was like an €18 million bid that Forest put in after that loan in the summer. So, yeah, I think it's a good signing, shrewd. And, young player, good investment for the future. And there's going to be involvement for him this season.
100%. And this is from Ken. 18 games left, 90 points to hit 40 points. Where do you think we'll see panking points? That's later on the show, Ken. That's later on. I think our good friend Craig Coker says Dylan doesn't do any research. That is so true, Craig. He doesn't do it.
I don't need to.
I don't. Why do I need to do research when I've got YouTube?
That is so true.
Craig is my research because you'll text me and I'll go, "What do you think?" Do you know what? To tell you the truth, I take a lot of knowledge from that bloke in there. Do you know what I mean? Because he's very, very wise at football. So I listen to what he says. So
and he's a better, and Craig's a better footballer than Dylan.
Well, definitely.
And this is from Mr. Dan. When can Aguirre join us? Bloody hell! I forgot about him. How many players got on loan? Bloody hell! They've got so many players on loan. He can't come to his end of the season. Yeah. I thought he can't come in. I thought it was this month he comes to Forest, or is it end of?
I thought he got loaned out for the full season. Now,
I thought he'd come back in January. Yeah, I thought. Yeah, I never knew that. Right, people. Right, we've got an hour. The hour's done. It's been a great show. Another great show. Anything you want to talk about, Dylan or Jed, before we do leave? Are you happy with 2 days to wait? People, before we do, with one more thing. We've been linked with so many players. How many players do you think we need? 2 days to go, transfer window. Put in the comments, how many players do you think, and name them as well. We'll start with you, Jay. How many players do we need from now to the end of the window?
In terms of need, the keeper situation is obviously a precarious one. So I think that one we definitely need someone. The centre back one, we've got a lot of centre backs, and as Dylan said earlier, who are they going to replace? I don't see Steve Cook leaving anytime soon, so I know that's maybe a suggestion. And they're not going to replace Mbeso. You're not going to replace Mbeso with Jonathan Tah. Do you know what I mean? So I'd say 2 or 3, to be honest. I don't know if Angelo is necessarily a necessity, but definitely a player that would be good to have. So yeah, 2 or 3 for me. I think that's about right.
Dylan?
Yeah, I'd probably say around about 2. I'd seriously still.
What position though? What position do you think we desperately need?
I know we've got Wood and Surridge and stuff. I'm still thinking we just need that goal scorer, that experience. That's all I'm looking for. Do you know what I mean? I'm not bothered if they sign for 6 months or whatever. Just something to get us over the line. That's me personally. You know what I mean? Or what we've got so far, yeah. Do you know what I mean? But we're not hitting the back of the net as much as we're supposed to be. That's me personally. And then probably with the Toffolo situation, if he's going to Anderlecht, maybe they're looking at another left back. Because I can't see who he leaves. So who do you naturally say would be a backup to Loddy? Richards, yes, but Richards not playing. Do you get where I'm coming from? So there might be, if he does go, there might be something in that one.
I don't know, people. Like I said, people in the comments. Like I said, there's 134 people in. If you want to have a little talk tomorrow on Des's show, please come on. Please come on. It's good to talk. I said we've got Jay's brains, we've got Dylan's so-called brains. I got my brains in this show. I like it, Jay. I give you some credit, Jay. I give some credit to Jay.
Sometimes this is rare, by the way. I'm really relishing this.
You must need a favour.
You watch. It'll be something after the stream. Jay, can you?
Jay, can you do this show for me? I'm a bit busy.
Too late, Dylan. I've already agreed. Tuesday, 7:30. Be
How
there.
long's your contract?
I haven't even got one, Dylan. I'm 0 hours.
Oh,
People listen to me. I ain't got the foggiest clue what he's talking about, but it's good to have Jay and Dylan on this show, and then people in the comments, they love people in the comments. Before we do go, who's better at Dylan or Jay? Get them in as well. We know Des does his usual show as well, but who's better? Right, let's get go, people. But like I said, it's been a pleasure. Thank you for the 133 people that's turned up as well. Make sure everyone follows Dylan on Twitter if you can. His link is in the description. Make sure everyone follows Jay on Twitter and his YouTube channel as well. He's got, like I said, he mentioned it. Darren Fletcher will be on his show. Wait, what's this? He needs to get.
Who pulled that outdoor?
He needs to get Jay. Get rid of the. Listen, man, people, if you want to see the footage of that, go and watch it. It's where we lost 2-1 to Birmingham. It was fantastic, absolutely fantastic, people. I loved it as well. Right, people, thank you. Like I said, thank you for everyone that took part. Please do hit the like button, subscribe if you know. Jay will be back on Tuesday to do his transfer gossip. It's going to be a busy. I might pop in as well.
3.5 hours, people.
And as well, people. And you know what, Jay? Do you want people to come in? Like 5 minutes.
Yes, let's do a deadline day calling.
That's good time. People, if you do want to come in, Jay's show for 5 minutes, please do. Des, like I said, Des is doing a show as well tomorrow at 8 o'clock. I need to confirm it with him, but I think it should be because he likes doing his shows. So that's going to be very interesting. It's going to be a crazy 2 days, people. Actually, crazy 2 days. Like, I'm trying to keep, Craig, if you're watching, just keep Dylan in the loop. Because he's not been all good today. So Craig,
I've been at family day. It was family day. I went swimming with the kids and family day.
It's family day, people. Right, it's been a pleasure, Jay and Dylan. Thank you for watching, coming on the show, and as well, people. Thank you for everyone that's took the part to watch this transfer talk about Forest. Hopefully, I'll see you. I might pop in my face on a Tuesday and see how Jay's feeling with his tie. Right.
You're just gonna check up on how many views and everything, aren't you? Really?
Listen to me, Pat. I want as loads of people to come.
The boss is always watching.
Yeah, I'm always watching as well, people. It's been a pleasure. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you whenever. Peace and love. Up the Forest.
Good.